Hey, what's going on, guys? Edward here, back with another video. Thank you so much for being here again. If you're new, if you're watching this video for the first time, before we continue, I wanted to ask you, to please give it a big thumbs up if you like this content. It motivates me to keep posting videos like this. If you are also interested on my own strategies, which today I'm going to show you how to build your own strategy. And you can see, like, once you go on my channel, you go to playlist tab, and right here you will find pretty much some of my best strategies that I have out there on YouTube, like, which for the moment is the TP strategy, the diamond, the swing strategy. You have supply and demand zone. So you have a lot of strategies right there. If you are interested, just go ahead there and take a look at the playlist. So, all right, guys. So basically, this class today is going to be for new traders, okay, who are interested in creating or building your own strategy, okay? Because I understand, like, that when I was starting trading, I didn't have a strategy. I didn't understand what a strategy was and how you can create, how you can build this, an actual strategy right here in Forex. Okay. Yeah, by the way, I'm using right now a pair, but this could be with indices, this could be with cryptos, this could be with anything, pretty much with the stocks as well. So the first thing basically that you have to know if you're a new trader before you actually start trading with real money is that you have to have a strategy, right? It makes sense. That's the first thing we have to do. You need to have a strategy before you jump in the charts, because I made so many mistakes when I was starting. I didn't have a strategy. I was just pretending. I was just using a bunch of lines, a bunch of uh, you know, uh, simple moving averages, exponential moving averages, a bunch of lines on the chart. And I was like, okay, if, for example, um, I was like, I don't know, I was using let's say the 50, right? Let's say the 50 is a May, and then there's something like this, something like this. So, anyways, um, I was like, okay, somebody told me that if the market right here, if the price is below the 50 SMA, I'm gonna go for a sell, and if the price is above the 50 SMA, I'm gonna go for a buy. And I understood. I understood at that point. I was like, this is so simple. This is so easy. Everybody should be rich, right? So uh, I understood that it doesn't work that way. Not just because the price is below any type of moving average, it means we're going to sell, or when the price is on top, it means we're going to buy. No, I didn't understand that. So I didn't know how to use the indicators on my favor, how to use the indicators correctly. So that being said, I was struggling. I was looking on YouTube. I was trying to find the strategies that work. Of course, traders that are making money, they are not going to share this for free, right? That's why basically I decided to, create this YouTube channel at the beginning, because I was, once I found out that my strategies were working, I wanted to share it, right? There are some technical things that you still need to know and understand in order to be profitable with the strategy, which it comes with, psychology, not just understanding the charts. Actually, to me, understanding the charts to me is easy. What's behind that, which is the psychology, is the hardest thing to actually manage. Okay, so this right here, what I'm going to show you and how you can create it, is simple. But at the end of the day, by the time you're going to make an entry on your real account, oh, you bet you're going to be sweating. Okay, you are going to be sweating. You're going to be nervous. You're going to feeling anxious. All right. And it's part of the game. This is definitely, there's nothing I can tell you that you're never going to feel this type of fear, or anxious, or being anxious once you make your entry. No, that's never going to go away, right? So, how what the tips that I can give you right now on how to build a strategy is that you have to have, well, you need to use some type of book where you can write down the rules. Okay, you need to have some rules for your strategy. Let's say, let's say you started and you like trends, right? You need to understand before you start creating, this strategy. Of course, you need to know price action, right? Price action, basically understanding how price moves. Okay, I might be doing this right now. It looks so nice. It looks so beautiful, but at the end of the day, on the charts, this almost never gonna look this nice, right? Right? It's so clean. You just gotta push, you gotta pull back, you gotta push. Like right here, this is a support and a resistance. You gotta pull back. So this is so simple. It looks so nice. But when you are on an actual trend, for example, right here, you see there's a lot of more noise into that. So you see it is the market. You see what the market is doing. You see prices pushing in here, push, and then it starts breaking, and you see there's a lot of more noise. So you're gonna be like, what the heck is happening here? Then it breaks, then retest, and then starts. But you see, it's a lot of more noise right there than just like this, right? You have to understand that it's not always gonna be this perfect. We wish that it's gonna be this perfect, but it's never gonna be that easy. All right. So um, let's say, for an example, let's say you heard on YouTube that, I don't know, you need to spot a trend line, how to spot a trend line, stick to trend lines, or if you like, I don't know, consolidations, for example, then stick to that plan. Stick to only looking for consolidations. If you're interested in trends, then try to look only for trends. Okay, so that's your first rule, right? You can say, all right, my first rule will be only look for trends. Okay. All right. So only look for trends. Okay. That would be your first rule right there. Only look for trends. So um, spotting a trend also is not that easy. Right now, you might say, oh, okay. So right here is easy. Eduardo is actually, he was able to spot this trend. He was able to spot this trend. He was able to spot this trend right here. Right. Because they are already there. Right. But actually finding them, is the hard work. Right. So there are a few things, of course, understanding price action. But let's say you spot, like, I use one of my rules, like basically to know when a trend will be starting. I use, like, let's say the market is reaching, I don't know, something like this, reaching a zone. It's been touching for the second time, and now price starts to push up and does a pullback, right? And now it starts pushing up. At that point, guys, once the market does this, let's say this is my support right here. This is small support, right? The price broke this zone. It's breaking. At that point, the second, as soon as the market creates, these are lower lows. At this point, the market is creating lower lows. These are lower lows. As soon as the market creates the first higher low, I will go ahead and draw my line right there. Okay. That's the beginning. That to me is the beginning of my trend. Okay. The way I see it, that's the beginning of my trend. So I'm going to be aware that if the market, the next time I will be watching the market, most likely will come back and get close to my line, I will be looking for buys at this point. I will be looking for buys. All right. So I can be aiming previous highs right here, or 1 to 2 risk to reward, whatever your case is. So these are basically my points where I'm going to be making buys. So, all right, we have already uh, one rule, which is I'm going to be looking for trends. Okay, only look out for trends. So, how do you know if it's a trend? I'm going to be drawing my line once I see the market creates the first higher low. I will draw my line. So again, there you go. You have another rule right there, right? You have another rule. You can say, I will draw my trend as soon as I spot a higher low, right? Sorry for this if it's going to get a little messy, but anyways, right, let me put this here. So this is my first rule. This is my second rule, okay? That way, you are actually building a strategy, okay? Because you're sticking now to um, you're sticking to your plan, and now you have some rules, all of that, right? So as soon as you have the first higher low, I'm gonna draw my line, right? Now, as I mentioned, not all the time is going to be like that. The market could just reach this point and then melt down, and maybe this is not a trend yet, right? But at least you're sticking to your plan and you're following your rule at the beginning, because this is so hard at the beginning to actually know sticking to your plan is very difficult. So right here, where would you say? Let's say the market was. I want to do this. I want to do this, guys. Let's say we were right here, right? This is something again that you need to know. Let's say you want to draw your line. So the market was right there. Let's see what the market is going to be doing. Okay, so you see market is now pushing up. So all right, Eduardo says that okay, I might actually draw my trend this way. So this is the first. You would say that this is the first higher low, right? This is the lowest point, higher low right there. So you will be looking for buys. So let's see what's going to happen now. The market, you see what the market is doing. It looks like it's breaking now your trend. And all of a sudden, oh, should I go in and sell now or not? Is this actually my trend? Is this a trend or not? Then, this is where you're going to be using some other things to actually spot if this is in fact the beginning of a trend. This is where the indicators come. Okay, you can use trend indicators, you can use simple moving average, exponential moving averages. The Ichimoku, by the way, is a trend indicators as well. So you could be using any of those just to give you an idea that you are actually on an uptrend. Okay, this is many people doesn't understand this, and you're still struggling. Let me hide this one. So okay, so this is my 50 SMA, right? This is something that you also have to understand. Yes, it's important um, that when you are right here, you see the market was below the 50 SMA. We were on a downtrend, and now the market is starting to climb on top of the 50 SMA, right? But guess what? We broke it broke your trend right there. So what should I do at this point? If it's breaking your trend, it depends what you want to do. If you want to go on a sell, or you want to wait a little longer, or you because you're still above the 50 SMA. So this is one thing that I'm going to tell you. This is why you use in combination your price action. You use your price action in combination with um, with any type of indicator. In this case, I'm just using a random indicator, 50 simple moving average, which is a trend indicator, right? So you can put this as a rule as well, right? If you're using this particular indicator, you could be using whatever indicator. You could be using the 20 simple moving average, you could be using the 100, whatever, as long as you are sticking to the plan. What could be a good plan for this, guys? If you can say, that the rule is that if the price is above the line, in this case, the 50 SMA, I should be looking for buys. If the price is below the 50 SMA, then I should be looking for sales. Okay? Simple as that. If it's breaking your trend and you think that it's breaking your trend, but you're still above the 50 SMA, then you should not be selling. Okay? You should be a little bit more patient and let the market tell you, to keep showing you the direction. Okay, right now we are still above, and again, look at, by the way, I'm on a 4 hour time frame. It doesn't matter the time frame, you can find this at any time frame. So this is basically it. You're still are above the 50 SMA. So you can put that on your rule as well in there, right? Where's your rule? Right. Let's say you're using that indicator, so you can say I'm going to be using the 50 SMA, right? So, all right, 50 SMA. So only look for buys if above the 50 SMA, and only look for sales if I don't know, if price is below, if below the 50 SMA, right? Something like that. Okay, that's part of your rule, right? That way you see what you're doing. You're building now. You're having your rules. Okay, so since I'm not gonna be selling yet, I'm not gonna be. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna be selling just because it looks like it broke my trend. Then I'm just gonna be looking for a correction. I'm just gonna correct my trend. All right, and let's see what's gonna happen. Let's see. The market is still above the 50 SMA. So let's see what the market is gonna do. All right, showing rejection. Okay, now price is pushing. I'm not going to be getting into the market. I'm just watching right now and watching price structure. What the market is telling me right now. There is a nice resistance right here. Now you see I'm going to correct my trend again. Now I know this is a very strong trend, right? This is a very strong trend. So I know the price now is breaking previous highs right here, previous structure. I might be looking for a buy somewhere around here. I might be looking actually for a buy. So let's say I am spotting, let's say, I don't know, there's so many rules, guys. There's so many things you can do. Okay, like finding the entries. You can use, all right, the price is pushing, it's, push, pullback. Now I'm going to wait for, I don't know, I'm going to wait for a trigger. It could be a bullish engulfing candle. It could be a three candle reversal. You will have to learn that the type of triggers that exist, the candle patterns, all that stuff right there. Let's say you spot that three candle reversal flag, or I don't know, you decided to make that buy right there. So your stop loss should be below the zone, a few pips below the zone, right? Take profit, let's say 1 to 2, risk to reward. Okay, that could be another rule. I'm only going to be looking for 1 to 2 risk to reward. Okay, you can put that there as part of your rule. So you see that the market, you know that you are now on top of the support, you know that you are on an uptrend, you know that you are on top of the 50 SMA. So you see you're starting to use everything in combination, guys, and not just going crazy like, hey, I'm just going to buy just because the market is on top of the 50 SMA. No, use everything in confluence. Be smart, okay? This way, you're building your own strategy, okay? This right here, this strategy is based on uh, on trend lines. Okay, if you like, I don't know, consolidations, then okay. If you like consolidations, then go ahead and find some type of indicators that will tell you when the breakout is happening, for example, or if there's I don't know, right here there was a big consolidation right here, right? So you can, I don't know, you can use a box, you can use a box right there, and you can say, well, as soon as I see a momentum candle breaking to the downside, I'm going to get in. So you see right here, the prices starts to come below the 50 SMA, comes below, and boom, it breaks very strong that box right there, consolidation. So somewhere around here, you would have made the entry. I know this is a 4-hour time frame, what I'm showing right now. Maybe if you scale in 1 hour, 15 minutes, you could have spotted a better entry right there. But at least it's a plan, right? You have a box. If it breaks to the upside, you go buy. If it breaks to the downside, you go selling, right? On a consolidation. It's part of your plan, okay? That's basically how you build a strategy, knowing price action, how to spot a trend, for example. I just gave you that quick example right there on how to spot a trend, okay? So this way you guys are actually building a strategy, okay? Test. You need to back test this thing over and over again. Most likely some strategies that you are finding out, some indicators may not work, and you might want to look for different indicators. You might look for different things. You might test some other things. That's going to happen, but it's part of building your strategy, okay? I just wanted to throw out there this information, guys, because I know it's important for some of you guys that don't know how to build a strategy, where to even start building a strategy. Okay, and so I hope this information will help you guys at least have an understanding in how to build it, what indicators to use, and support resistance. There are plenty things that you can actually find. So that will be all for today, guys. Give it a big thumbs up if you like this type of content. I will be making more content like this very often. So again, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take it easy.